Welcome to the Aflac Cup Series as we travel to the new look Atlanta Motor Speedway for some pack racing under the lights here with 2 races left to go in the season. Aflac Cup officials have decided to take the top 4 after this race and create a Final 4 scenario in Bristol. So if you are top 4 in points after this race, you will be in the championship for a 1-race, win-it-all championship. We are very excited for that, and we are going to check out our drivers to watch for this evening. Kevin Harvick, last race winner at the Fremont Motor Park Roval. He is tributing his amazing career with a throwback paint scheme tonight. Brad Keselowski has a chance to put RFK on the map with him and Chris Busch both being really good plate racers. Kyle Busch definitely needs this race to climb back into that championship. He is right on the cusp of the championship 4. Can he get in with a strong run tonight? Chase Elliott has quietly put himself into this championship battle. He just needs a smooth race, and he will be in the championship 4. And Justin Haley, a dark horse feel-good story tonight. Can we see him get to victory lane in that ride tonight? There was a mix-up in the points last week, so I have refixed the standings. So Kurt Busch is still atop. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick currently your top 4. Alex Bowman is 2 points out. Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Corey LaJoie, William Byron, and Austin Cindric all have a shot at getting into that championship 4 with good runs tonight. We're going to thank our official partners, Altitude Graphics. Once again, thank you for your amazing graphics, and Spoiler Diecast, where you can buy all new diecast. Now for the command. Drivers, start your engines! The command has been said. The cars fire up, roar to life, and roll off here for 12 laps in Atlanta. Now, for your Folds of Honor 200 starting lineup. On the pole for today's race is Chase Briscoe, and to his outside, Kevin Happy Harvick, Ross Chastain, and Chris Busch sit in row 2. We're going to look at Ross tonight. He needs a good run to get into that championship 4. Denny Hamlin in a miserable season looking for a good run next to Brad Keselowski. Justin Haley and Kurt Busch, the points leader. William Byron and Kyle Busch in row 5. And Joey Logano, another driver having a horrible year, next to Kyle Larson. Bubba Wallace and Martin Truex Jr. And then Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Elliott starting mid-pack. We'll see if he can get through some of that carnage. Corey LaJoie has a shot at the championship 4. Imagine that, next to Michael McDowell. Christopher Bell in 4th place in the points is Tyler Reddick. Sitting in row 10, Alex Bowman and Eric Almirola in row 11. And Daniel Suarez next to Austin Dillon in row 12. Eric Jones and Ty Dillon sit in row 13. And row 14 is Cole Custer and Travis Pastrana. Austin Cindric next to Ryan Preece. And Noah Gragson next to Harrison Burton. And in row 17 is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. next to Jimmy Johnson. Row 18, we find Zane Smith driving the Project 91 car this weekend, next to Todd Gillen, and Anthony Alfredo making his Aflac Cup Series debut. 12 laps on the track tonight. That's 18 miles around Atlanta Motor Speedway. Nice cool temperatures tonight, 74 degrees, clear skies. Last time we were here was season 10, I believe, with Clint Boyer winning the race. Green flag in the air. Briscoe and Harvick lead us down. Pack racing here at Atlanta. Never thought we'd live to see it, but here it is. Chris Busch and Harvick in the race lead, completing lap 1 under the lights. Keselowski and Busch are going to team up here. Busch peeks at the inside. They make the move on Kevin Harvick for the race lead. RFK takes the lead with Fords running that outside lane, but Denny Hamlin, a very good plate racer, he's here to race. He's going to battle for that lead. Oh, Justin Haley cuts to the inside. Puts Denny Hamlin through the middle. Put Haley into that second spot next to Chris Busch. They battle for the race lead here off of turn 2. Flying down the backstretch. And now they roll into turns 3 and 4. Across the start-finish line, Chris Busch still commanding this race. There's Tyler Reddick sitting mid-pack. He needs to get up to the front. But here comes Haley with a push from Byron. Busch blocks. You can see that arrow push there getting on the nose of Haley as Busch blocked him. Kind of checked up that inside lane. But here comes Kevin Harvick back to the front with help from Joey Logano. Harvick getting a push. Here comes Logano. Oh, he gets clipped by Keselowski. They wreck in front of the field. big crash involving William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Briscoe, Kurt Busch, your points leader involved. That is disastrous for Kurt Busch here, as the caution is out. The big one happens here at Atlanta. Disaster strikes for the points leader, Kurt Busch. Is that going to knock his dominant season out of the championship four? Check that out. Look at that crash. Oh my goodness. Kyle Busch barely gets through that one. You can see Logano went to follow Harvick for the race lead. Ends up getting clipped by Keselowski. This is all on Joey Logano. Not clear. Up into Chase Briscoe. Gets Denny Hamlin involved. Justin Haley. Look at Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson snake through there. And then William Byron goes up into Kurt Busch. So Briscoe involved on the hook. What a shame. Pole sitter of this race. Bubba Wallace gets involved. A very good plate racer. So is Brad Keselowski. So much carnage here for great plate racers, all due to a terrible block by that man right there. The menace tonight, Joey Logano. William Byron getting taken to the garage. It's such a frustrating season for William. He's been so fast, but so many wrecks. And there's our points leader involved. And then Martin Truex Jr. got caught up in this mess as well. We are ready to go back. Green flag racing here. Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick are your front row. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Bowman. You see Chastain and Suarez back there. Green flag is back out on lap 8. Buescher and Harvick head into turns 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, they're dead even as they pull down into turn 3. Who's going to get the greater push here? Looks like Elliott's going to make Harvick surge up there. Oh, Buescher puts himself into that high lane. And Elliott definitely had to check up. Chase Elliott racing for a lot here tonight as Kyle Busch gets the push from Larson. Oh, we got cars wrecking in the back. Hard crash for Tyler Reddick. He's involved. Your 4th place points position. Oh my goodness, and Reddick is involved in this one. Jimmy Johnson, Eric Almirola looked like he got into it. Travis Pastrana had himself a hard hit. Christopher Bell was involved. There were a couple others as well getting into that one as they wreck near the back of the pack. Red flag is definitely out for this one as we have lots to clean up here off of turn 4. Yeah, that speedway is closed off of turn 4. Let's see it happen here. Oh man, it kind of looks like, I can't even tell. Let's take another look at that one. There it is. Oh, it's Ty Dillon pushing Tyler Reddick into the turn. Reddick gets loose, and he ends up clipping into Pastrana. Pastrana goes up in the bell. Jimmy Johnson spins out on the front stretch, hits the inside, or his front stretch, spins out on the turn, hits the inside wall. Austin Dillon with some heavy damage. Ty Dillon with some damage, getting a push back. There's Jimmy Johnson involved in this one. Eric Almirola, he has announced that he is retiring after the season. Tyler Reddick will not be in that 8 car, and I don't think he will be in that championship 4 now after this one. Christopher Bell involved, and there they go. Well, it's the Kyle and Kyle show on the front row. 3 laps to go here in this one. Beck, green flag racing. Will we make it there caution free? We will find out here as the green flag is in the air. Oh, Kyle Busch spins his tires on the start. That checks up the inside line. Here comes Ross Chastain and Eric Jones filing in. Chris Buescher dives down for that race lead. We got Hendrick drivers on the outside. 2 laps to go. Elliott and Larson. Buescher to the inside. Oh my goodness. Larson checks up. Looks like he got loose in the turn. They hit the wall. That checks up the high lane. White flag in the air. Chastain to the inside of Buescher. Ross Chastain clears Chris Buescher as they go down the backstretch. Buescher's getting a push from Austin Cindric. Chastain blocks it, and Chastain to the line, and he wins at Atlanta. My goodness, so much happened late in that race. Elliott and Larson involved in turn 1 and 2. They both hit the wall and fall deep into the field. We'll see if that affects Chase Elliott's points position at all. But Ross Chastain, with that win, he's going to get enough points to put himself into the championship 4. So Ross Chastain will race at Bristol next week for a championship. Here's what happened to Larson and Elliott. Yep. Larson had a checkup getting into turn 1 and ends up... Yeah, he had a checkup, and then Chase Elliott ends up bump drafting into the turn. Nothing you want to do at a super speedway. Those two both get into the wall, and they fade to the back. And here's the pass for the win. Ross Chastain and Chris Buescher getting help from Eric Jones. in your point standings after 11 out of 12 races. Ross Chastain sits at the top of the point standings. Kurt Busch, second place. Chase Elliott, third. And Kyle Busch will round up fourth place. So there's your championship 4 heading into Bristol. Chastain, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and Kyle Busch. 4 really good drivers this season, having great years and all deserving of the championship. Harrison Burton finishes, is top 15 in points. He's had a quietly good season. Nice job to Harrison Burton. And here's some drivers that are struggling. Logano, Bell, Hamlin, Blaney. All drivers that are almost getting caught by that Project 91 car who has not raced all the races. So interesting there. Jimmy Johnson has raced a couple races this year. Michael McDowell joined about mid-season, so he's trying to make his way up the point standings. And here are your race results after Atlanta. Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Eric Jones, Zane Smith for Project 91 getting a 4th place finish. Austin Cindric, a nice top 5. Bowman, Corey LaJoie, and then there's Kyle Busch ended up finishing 8th after spinning his tires and falling backwards. So good for him. Todd Gilliland and Michael McDowell finished 11th, 12th. Chase Elliott falls all the way back to 20th. And Anthony Alfredo gets a top 20 in his Athletic Cup Series debut. There's Travis Pastrana finishing 26th. Kyle Larson falls back to 21st. Kurt Busch finished 30th today, your points leader, but he still is in the championship 4, thankfully. And 33rd is Denny Hamlin. 32nd, Joey Logano. And we'll see everybody next week at Bristol Motor Speedway for the finale. We are so excited for that one. Can't wait to see who of the championship 4 wins it all in a winner-take-all event at Bristol. Thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. This is JT24, JM26, signing out.